Hey, what is going on, guys? It's your boy John, aka Speros here, and today I'm bringing you guys a brand new Modern Warfare video. In this video, I'm going to be covering some things that you guys just might not know that you could do in Modern Warfare. These tips kind of apply to all players. These are just things that you just might not be aware that you're able to do in the game. If you guys do learn something new, if you don't mind just dropping a like on the video to let me know that you learned something, I'd really appreciate that. If you guys knew everything or just have another tip that you want me to possibly make into another video, because I do plan on making more of these, then just leave it in the comment section down below. But before we get into the video, if you guys haven't already subscribed to the channel, I would very much appreciate that. We are on the road to 250,000 subscribers, and you guys have been killing it with the support lately. I plan on covering Modern Warfare with tip videos, gameplays, class setups, and things of that nature, just overall useful content. So if you guys enjoy any of that, like I said, make sure to sub to the channel. For those of you who don't know, I do stream here on YouTube every single day, and I stream on Twitch at night. My Twitch will be in the link in the description. I'm pretty much just grinding Modern Warfare at the moment, and that's why I wanted to bring you guys this tip video. But without further ado, guys, let's get into the tips. So the first tip that I have for you guys is that you guys can put a Claymore or a C4 explosive onto a drone and have your teammate fly it, and it will be able to kill an enemy. As you guys are going to be able to see here, you need your teammate to go ahead and put down his drone, and then you can go ahead and just plant the Claymore right on top of it. When they put the drone down, though, notice that it will be facing away from them, so you want them to turn and face the drone towards themselves, so that way when you place the Claymore, it will be with the camera facing forward, so they kind of know exactly where they're going to be flying it and where they need to fly it into. And as you can see, the Claymore blew up, and it blew up the enemy, but it did not destroy the drone. This is pretty overpowered, especially in, public matches like search and destroy, where you don't get to respawn. As you guys can see here, we have the C4 on top of the drone, and this is just a little bit more complicated because you need to tell your teammate when to detonate the C4 in order to pick up the kill. The next thing that you guys might not know that you can do in Modern Warfare is saving a preset of a gun that you like. With all of the attachments and all the things that you can do inside of the gunsmith, it gets a little bit crazy, especially when you find something that works but you want to try something new. Have no fear, you can save a preset of that weapon so you can change on the fly. Basically, when you guys go into your gunsmith, in the top left, you will see save custom mod. And basically what this does is it allows you to save kind of the attachments that you have on your gun in the exact configuration and give it a name, which then can later be applied through the armory, like all of the other blueprints. For me, this works out really well, especially when trying to figure out what attachments I like and what I don't like. I don't have to really worry about trying new things because I know I can easily go back and figure out exactly what I had on my gun and equip it almost instantaneously. While we're on the topic of the gunsmith, it is worth noting that when you go to try to put attachments on your weapon, a lot of them are classified, and with there being so many attachments and so many different guns to use, it's almost worth knowing what attachments you will be able to unlock in the future to know if your gun's going to be good or not, or if grinding the gun is going to be worth it. And there's a workaround to figure out all of the attachments for each gun, and that is to go into private match. If you guys go into private match, you'll be able to see all of the attachments in the exact order that you'll be unlocking them, and you can try out different attachments on the guns and see if it's actually worth grinding for. The next thing that you might not know that you could do in Modern Warfare, and this basically you can have 2 field upgrades. So when your upgrade becomes available, you just get to pick between one or the other. And this was game changing for me because I was playing a lot of ground war where you need kind of the ammo pack. If you're going on a kill streak, that is a fantastic field upgrade to have. But if you're good on ammo, then it's worth having, dead silence or any of the other field upgrades that come in handy. So the way that you are able to have 2 field upgrades is, I believe it is level 42 when you unlock this ability. So once you have it unlocked, you're going to want to go ahead and click start, scroll down to your field upgrades, and then in the bottom right, you will see it will say press L2 to activate your second field upgrade. And then you are able to choose 2. I personally like to run the ammo box with dead silence. This just seems to be the best combination of field upgrades. As you can see, it won't take effect immediately. I had to end up killing myself, and then when I come back, you can see in the bottom right hand corner, that is the icon that you'll get when you have 2 field upgrades. And when it charges up, all you guys have to do is click L1 and R1, and then you'll be prompted on the screen to either choose, the ammo box or the dead silence. And then when that is over, you will have to wait for your field upgrade to recharge all the way back up before you can use it again. The next thing that I'm going to touch on is the ammunition changes or the caliber changes that you can perform on specific weapons in Modern Warfare. So if you guys didn't already know, in Modern Warfare, you can pretty much customize guns any way that you want. And with caliber changes, you can essentially change the guns completely. For example, the M4 takes a 9mm caliber conversion in the ammunition slot in the gunsmith, which essentially makes it into an SMG. But the thing that I wanted to highlight in this video in particular is for the 357 Magnum, and that is the snake shot ammunition change. In my opinion, the secondaries in this game are pretty lackluster, and they can't really compete with ARs, even at close range, which is what they're intended for. But with this snake shot round, it's essentially a shotgun shell for your pistol, which makes it a 1-shot at super close range, and it keeps it a consistent 2-shot at distance. As you guys will see throughout the gameplay that I have up on the screen here, I don't have this unlocked in multiplayer at the moment. I am working on it, but you guys can see it. This is a private match with the ammunition change, and it is absolutely crazy how much better the Magnum is. This is definitely the secondary I will be carrying on almost all of my classes. It's basically like Overkill without sacrificing your first perk. While we're on the topics of secondaries, I recommend, if you guys aren't going to use your secondary at all, that you guys equip the combat knife. You do have to unlock the combat knife, and I do believe it's above level 30, so you have to keep that in mind. But what this does for you, since your main weapon is likely heavy, has lower mobility, like the M4 in this situation, you guys can see how slow my character is running with this. But if you guys have a knife, even the pistols do make a little bit of a difference in mobility, but the knife is overall the best and the fastest. This is more useful in search and destroy, but at the start of a round is you would take out your combat knife and then you run around with that. You'll actually be able to move a lot faster, and the double sprint actually has a longer duration. So not only are you moving faster, but you get to move faster longer. So overall, you are just a lot more mobile on the map. Aside from search and destroy, I found this extremely useful in the ground war modes where I don't really use my secondary almost ever. But with the large maps and a lot of places to move around at, I found myself running with my knife quite a bit and then just switching to my gun whenever I thought I got near action, and it has gotten me places a lot faster. The next thing that you probably didn't know that you could do in Modern Warfare is actually a pretty funny one, in my opinion, and it's kind of trolly. But if you guys didn't know, if you push up on the directional pad on your controller, you're prompted with kind of a scroll wheel option where you have spray paints and you have gestures. If you guys didn't know, you can apply these in your settings. But the funny thing about this is, in this game, you can actually spray paint your teammates, which I think is really, really funny. And especially if your buddies don't know, you could play a trick on them, tell them to come over near you, and then spray paint them without them knowing. Even if you spray paint them with like the heart or something, then they're kind of glowing red, and it makes them a really easy target. It's kind of trolly, but it's something that a lot of people don't know that you can do, and I thought it was hilarious when I found out. This next tip has to do with blueprints. Basically, by having a blueprint unlocked for a gun, you can use that gun before you actually have it unlocked. So, for example, the high-level weapons such as the AK or the MP7, which are both the highest level AR and SMG, you can use them before actually reaching the level that you unlock them at. And the way that you do that is by going into your barracks, going to your multiplayer challenges, and then going over to the missions. These missions, when you complete them, you will unlock a blueprint for the different weapons. So for example, the boot camp challenges, which take about 2 games to get complete, that unlocks a blueprint for your MP7, which will then allow you to equip it basically just by going to your create a class, going to a custom loadout, going down to the MP7. If it's locked or unlocked, then clicking right on the D-pad at the armory and applying this blueprint. If you don't have the gun already unlocked, you won't be able to customize the attachments, but you'll at least be able to get game time with it and make a class with it, which these guns are absolutely crazy, and I highly recommend you guys give them a chance. This next tip is something that occurred to me when I was playing ground war. I was getting shot in my back a lot because of the spawns just not being that great. So a workaround for this is if you run overkill on your class with amped, which makes you able to switch from your primary to your secondary faster. And with Overkill, you're allowed to run obviously 2 primary weapons. So what I was doing is I was running an SMG with a riot shield, and this ended up working out really, really well. It protected me from behind. It allowed me to switch to my shield pretty quickly and protect myself if it needed to come to that, so that way I could get back to full HP. And honestly, doing this, I was picking up 4 to 5 kill streaks almost every life with this defense mechanism, if you will. And if you guys still want to have like EOD or something as your first perk, you can go ahead and activate the specialist bonus, which basically every 2 kills you're able to get a new perk. And then after 8 kills, you will get your specialist bonus, which would give you every single perk available in the game. And the way that you apply this specialist bonus is you go into your class setup and then you click on the perks and you just simply click square. And then from there, you use R1 and L1 to kind of map over the perks that you guys want to use. All right, guys, and for the last and final tip or thing that you may not know, and this may seem obvious, but I stream pretty much every day, and you'd be surprised how many times I get this question. It's how to deploy your parachute when you jump off of a building or, you know, jump out of a helicopter. Basically, if you guys want to deploy your parachute, when you jump off of the building, you just have to click X and or just try to jump again, and there you'll get an on-screen indication. It is worth knowing that once your parachute opens, you're going to come down to the ground really, really slowly. So the later that you pull it, the better, because you're in the air less. And obviously when you're parachuting down, you're completely defenseless and you're a really, really easy target. It is worth noting that if you guys have your parachute open, if you bump into a building or into any object, it will take you out of your parachute and you will likely just die to fall damage. But that's it, guys. Those are the 10 things that you might not know that you could do in Modern Warfare. If you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like on it. If you guys have another tip that I did not include in this video that I should include in another video, please let me know in the comment section down below. I'm always looking to learn more about Modern Warfare and bring you guys more content. Anyway, guys, like I said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget, I do stream every day here on YouTube, and I also live stream on Twitch every day. Links are in the description. Check those out if you guys want to just hop in chat, you know, ask me any questions or just see more Modern Warfare gameplay. Hope to see some of you guys in game using these tips. But for now, guys, I'll catch y'all in the next video.